we're live with another Moon Day Energy. I am your hostess with the mostest, the High Priestess Phoenix. I am your spiritual healer, teacher, shaman, seer, oracle, light worker, starseed, earth angel. I'm exploding. Mystic, medium, psychic. Ooh, respite. Psychic, medium, witch, yogi, guru, evangelist, North American Sybil. I am your messenger of God. I am the first child of God. I am the Lilith reincarnated. I am going through a past life integration, and I'm exploding out of my bra in this particular moment, which will be connected to my heart chakra. But because I'm wearing a onesie, I feel like I have a fucking wedgie. Too much information, just telling you. Do you know that it is hard to be a soul stuck in a fucking body? God, how do you guys do this all the time? You soulless motherfuckers. Alright, in order to keep up with me, you had to see what I post on my community page. What I post? Oh, my mouth is, I'm getting like, my throat is getting dry too. I feel like I have like my throat is on fire. Jesus. Ugh, this is terrible. I'm exploding with myself. More of myself. Which self? I'm trying to get to it. Alright, so I am, oh gosh, this part of me is exploding in. We've been doing so much of it, I should have seen it coming. I mean, all the flags are there. It's a go. It's a go. In order to go from this fucking, oh God, I'm sorry. I'm just, my dress, everything is bothering me. My skin, I feel like, and that's why, like, they describe it, it's like menopause symptoms. The alchemical transmutation that happens within your body as your soul, your higher self is taking place inside of your body, it blows your body up. You literally feel bloated and all kinds of fucking, I'm about to rip my shirt off type shit. Oh God. Okay, I feel better. It might have just been the shirt, but I don't feel like it, and I have a big fluffy dress that's bothering me too. You're like, you're exploding? Yes, bro. Jesus Christ. I've done this so many times. First time when the Lilith came in me, I was just crying. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God, what's happening to me? Then when I picked up that Morgan book, oh my God, what's happening to me? What have you done to me? Oh God, I'm here. Meet you at the crossroads. We gotta cross this road, bro. In order for me to have ever transitioned out of Persephone, which I was with fucking Hades over there. And that's so funny. I'm looking for answers. They're like, well, you could work with Hades. I was like, in essence, you're asking me to call my twin flame in that I just broke free from. That's not going to work so well. It's like, yeah, you don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I was like, so how did I get out of this? My guide, myself, got me out of this. So I have to be myself to get me out of this. But in doing that, by being myself, complying, I will make the transition back to myself. Now, I want to point something out to you that I said yesterday in Sunday's reading. I'm never going to become less of what I am. I haven't found this part of me. I incorporated this part, which my current twin flame got a part of. He got to see a healed version of me that no one ever did. As I go in and I reclaim these dark goddesses and I live out these fucking fairy tales with these douchebags, I reinstate my power to where I'm a newer healed version of myself. I can't always go into a whole new life on a Monday, but today's the motherfucking day. But every weekend we're working towards that, becoming more of our higher self, which is not for all of you. You're going to integrate all your past lives in, but I sure the fuck am, as I'm sitting here ripping my shoulders trying to get it out of my spine. I'm exploding. What is it? It's your chakras, dude. What happens next? The Stephen Hawkins thing that I tell you, where you're just paralyzed. You can't even hold your head up. At least it's a cooler day. Thank God. If it would have been hot, I'd have been like, ugh, the worst. Anyways, so as I sit here whining and complaining and explaining, that's what I'm going through. And you shall go through this too. It's in my white light oracles. As soon as you step into the light, you're bringing the light into your body. And I try to tell you, your body can't hold the light. And it's exploding. Something as simplistic as a laugh. When I laugh for the universe. And it's the laugh of, you know what I mean? It's God's laugh that's behind this laugh, and it's like I can't control this laugh. When I love, it's the love of the universe. It's not just mine, a person's love. It's the whole love, unconditional love of the entire creation is bursting out of me, and it looks real gross in the DMs. It goes down in the DM. I don't lust in there. Nobody has fucking evidence of me being a lusty girl. Busty? Yeah. As I'm over here sitting in my bra. Oh, I can't take my bra off, it's too big. Anyways. No. I haven't even got to that. I don't even know what you guys are all talking about. Now, as far as the succubus, yeah. But that's, you look at it back to Lilith or Lisa. It's like that's protective mechanisms where I want to have fun, but I don't want to get tied down. And that's my next thing. As soon as I was doing this, I was being pulled to my Knight of Wands. I got to finish up that teaching. I can't go forward with new teachings. As I tapped into this, I'm moving a lot. I know you can hear my voice moving because I'm moving my back and doing anything I can to get this energy to move through me. They give me a funny visual. Hey, have you guys seen Men in Black? Thanks again, Will Smith, for all your contributions to mankind and the visualizations of the divine. In Men in Black, dude, they got the fucking cockroach guy. And the cockroach is trying to fit into a man's skin. And that's me. Sugar. I need sugar. Stop it, universe. Jesus, you hear that laugh? That's them laughing at me. And I sometimes laugh with them, but I'm usually like, just please don't. In the essence, it's a whole universal energy is exploding out of me. Alright, so what is going on here? Well, first off, that was me, and I need more of me to be the best version of me. Which means I'm calling in whatever fucking, the wolves. This is really cool, though, because this version of me is when you approach the Morgan, you don't know what you're gonna get. Right? Is how it is, but you're gonna get 3 hardcore entities. Those are the 3 witches, dude. You're gonna get the fates, the dark witches. You know what I mean? They're real dark and dirty, like, oh, I don't want to go up there. As far as me and the Hecate, you're getting a beautiful mirage that walks through the fucking graveyard. Through the night holding the torch. What is it? It depends on what you see. If you see me from the front, you see me as a mother. If you see me from the side, then you see me as the crone. If you see me from, you know what I mean? It depends on the light that's shined on me. But I'm just you know what I mean? I'm just the bringer, the light bearer. And that's what I said this whole time. I didn't realize I was speaking in my Hecate. I've been speaking, I've been transmuting it into my body for quite some time now, for at least the last couple weeks. And that's where all these real necromancy teachings are coming from. She had to go. I had to go through. Now, I had also told you that Azrael, the bringer, the transitional angel of death, was upon us and stuff. That's the male version of what I am. I am the goddess of hell, and I always tell you that I am holding the gates, guiding you out. That's Hecate. She guides you on to the new life, into the next life, the next stage. Whether it be you're going from, your young and dumb stage into your adult stage, or whether you're going from your adult stage into your elder stage. Whether you're going into your elder stage and now you're going to be rebirthed. That's where I am. You know what I mean? As the triple goddess. I'm here for all of your stages of life. And that's what's been coming through. And as I speak more of me, it's moving through me. And that was my throat on fire. It's like, speak it out. Like, wow. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I've been through 9 of these. This would be 10, which is they call it completion. But you're never complete. You just have completed an ultimate cycle. And that's what Kobe was saying. We're playing these fucking weird, twisted Hunger Games. Something about finals and shit. At the end of all this journey, what do you face? You. You'll hear me cry about it in the end, and it's usually on a Monday. I made it through unbelievable feats and trials and tribulations of just my own mind and fears of the world that I live in and how to proceed, given, God's calling in my life. Ta-da! Every week, I don't know how to proceed because it's hard being me. It's hard out here for a pimp. In the essence. So I go through these unbelievable, wicked-ass fucking towers by the hours typically only, but I was training, I guess, as Kobe said. I look back and I've had so many of these intense weeks. I'll be like, Jesus, it was like a whole week long. And that's where Kobe comes in. It's like, you don't get to be like this until you can take it like this. Trust me, dude, you can see in those videos. If you look back, you can see where I'd lose it. I get to the place of giving up. I just want to die. I cannot do this anymore. I cannot fight my mind. I cannot live the way you want, God. I cannot get along with man. I cannot be here. I hit those stages pretty often. I don't get so suicidal. Those are like every 6 weeks or something. After I've done this for so many weeks, I want to die. Then logic comes in. It makes me logical that everybody has to live because they're going to make a weird meme out of me if I don't fucking stick to it. Just kidding. That was the funniest thing you could have ever said, logic. He's so logical. And that's where it is like when you get through this whole fucking death of yourself, you transform and you're reborn, you're sitting there, you know, as a birdie in the ashes, you're a turtle. You don't know which way to go, but you have this calling in your heart that's telling you to get out in that water and just keep swimming. It's a primordial fucking instinct inside of you. That's your intuition that's guiding you. And it's guiding you back to you. You could say that I invocated Hecate, but you can say I didn't. Watch for the last 3 weeks especially. I didn't invocate. I didn't call her in. I let her out. That's what you'll see. I kept explaining myself as Hecate, kept explaining Hecate, kept explaining. Till finally I realized, you know what I mean? I was like, what's understood doesn't need to be explained. And that's where we're at right now. Do you understand what's happening? What your next, you know what I mean? And that's that moon day portal. What you'll wake up as tomorrow. And, you know, and that's where I am, as I told you in the High Priestess card earlier, I'm here to guide you through the spirit realm. The first realm you're going to get is the spirit realm. I have to guide you through the spirits in the spirit realm. Who does that? Hecate. Hecate, bro. Beautiful, isn't it? So before I left this morning, I knew something was going on because I grabbed my Hecate oil, a brand new oil. And this is what's really great. Let me show you guys something. Now we know. I should have known. And that's where it is you have the knowing. You just don't fucking put that knowing in the right places. When I went to the store to get me some new LILITH, just for, you know, today, because this one right here, this shit right here, is from 2 summers ago. I only wore it during the season of Litha. It was a great one. And it had the stones, you know what I mean, activated with the stones and stuff. But it was running low. So I went to go get this. But when I got in there, I got a whole mess of new ones. I got a Hecate oil. So this morning I was guided to put the Hecate oil on. And I took a picture of it before I left because I knew it meant something. And then I ended up with that. We'll get to that in a minute. Right? But now let's go into something. What other oils did you get? Is the question. Where else are we going with this? Well, I have my bridge oil. That's Mama Bridge. Although it is bridge from the beginning, that would be your queen or your Princess of Swords, the first light. It's also Mama Bridge, Haitian, voodoo, darkness, light and dark, bitches. That's Ireland all the way to fucking, you know what I mean, to the south, from the north to the south. Yep. All right. What else did you get? I got a full Kali because my other Kali is mixed with Lilith, which is extremely dangerous. But that's where I always am, is between the two. I got a full Kali oil. So at one point, I'll fully be in my Kali. I never had a Isis oil. When I deal with the Egyptians, I deal with the Kaifi. That's just a typical oil that you would offer at the temples of any, would be Kaifi. But I got the Isis. So at some point, and if you go in, this is what's creepy. I go into the freaking, that's what I told my daughter. She was in the back seat. I was like, I don't know. All I saw is that we came here. And I went straight into the bookcase and I saw it. It was Kali, Isis, Hecate, all in a row. And it said overstock. There were some in front of me, but I wasn't guided to touch those. I wasn't guided to touch anything that anybody else had touched. Again, I'm sacred. I'm very sacred. So I was grabbed up there and I read some of the books, and all of the books are the same as the books I got. And I can show you that. This guy that's consorting with spirits, one of the highest witches, male witches, Jason Miller, does all his invocations through the spirit, through Hecate. Most Aleister Crowley's works were through, you know what I mean, all of the dark goddesses. Hecate, though. It goes back. You knew which goddess to bring in to deal with, you know, the other worlds. So as I saw that lineup, And that's what I got. And I also, where is it? I got Neptune, which is Pisces, which is fucking Poseidon, the guide of the seas and everything else. Neptune is about your intuition and your imaginations and your illusions and creativity. It's the planet of chaos. It's your emotions too. So in essence, it's like I need to start paying closer attention to where we're going to be going. I've already got the oils ready for us when we get there, and I'm not paying attention to some of the things. But as you can see, there's too much going on. That's what happens when you're a multi-dimensional being. I'm just a in the world. That's all that they'll let me. I mean, I'm supposed to be. So let's talk about me. And anyways, how did I get here? Being compliant. Surrendering. Not fighting. I learned compliance fucking around with Hades over there. I learned how to stop being a bitch, like tone myself down, stop. I mean, yeah, I rise back up when I'm not needing it. I'm still gonna be my my 0 point is Lilith. 0. We were trying to rise to the Persephone, and that's the ascension. I have it in me. I just need to access this part of me that's much wiser and knows better. Sounds great, right? You guys are looking to someone outside of you that's wiser and knows better. They're just older. They haven't learned their lessons yet. Alright, so I'm going to give you a quick rundown about Hecate. I can hear all this stuff. Now, what's that back there? Well, I'm smarter than the average bear. So I was like, alright, well, I use herbs, so guide me. Guide me through the herbs. And I'm running my hand and I see it. Persephone's descent. Anytime she ascended or, there was the descent, the kidnapping, which we already been through. But anytime she came back through the gates, because that was her home, she needed a guide, just like Virgil. You need a guide to get you through the fucking, you know, the dark night of the soul. I am your guide. But who am I? Hecate. How does that work? I tried to explain that in the whole Cauldron of Life fucking teaching the other night. That didn't come out so well. In essence, my spirit took form in this form of Persephone, but my spirit, no, oh God, I can't explain how the Akashic fucking world works. A part of me took form to have more experiences, while another part of me was in another form to guide me through those experiences, but still on a whole different mission. And that's what it means to be, you know what I mean, fragmented in time. God fragmented in time. Goddesses, and that's where I got there with all those books. I stood there, a whole bunch of people in the witchcraft store all trying to be witchy and shit. And I'm looking at these 3 books, I'm like, God, why did they separate me in time and space? This is so obnoxious. Is exactly what I said. And I walked away from the books. Like, I just want all of me. I don't want a piece of me. I need all of me. You guys you only know about a piece of me. If you know about the goddess, quick, and that's God. And I had to shut up. You only know one God. You only know Muhammad. You only know Allah. You only know Buddha. You only know Vishnu. You only know Jesus. You only know this or that. Fucking Lucifer, whatever. You don't know all the aspects of God. Without a full knowing of God, you don't know how to what He is and what He has put in you and what you're made of. And how to access your godliness without being called a devil. Alright, so anyways, that was already pre-made, so that I don't know what these witchy bitchies are doing. They're maybe accessing the dark night of the soul, whatever. I'm trying to get out, and the only way out is in. And I told you I'm smarter than the average bear. So if I go back into being Persephone, I'll wake up guided by myself as the Hecate. And anyways, I'll have a wonderful bubble bath, and I'm gonna save some to burn. And I was like, I probably shouldn't inhale too much of this. And that's what it is knowing the witchy stuff. What makes a witch? Our ability to use the elements around us to access They alter the universe. That goes back to ancient Egypt. They're like, how could they be so smart? Because you guys are stupid. You rely on technology instead of the fucking universal gifts that God gave us in the fucking world that He put us in. He gave us all the power. And you guys are powerless to your powerful and successful lives. You must surrender. Make the transition is where we're at. And we're just blowing through stages of the dark night of the soul. I went straight to Persephone on page 90 and 91. 9 is the frequency of Christ. Can I tell you that? 9 is the frequency of Christ. All those 9s. Someone please call 911. Do you know why? Christ was born in September, bro. And I would guarantee, I don't have actual documented proof that I could say it, but I'm telling you, the truth in my heart says it. 9/11. You can look that up, bro. You can look that up for sure. He was born in September. Why do we celebrate it in December? Because they aligned Christianity with fucking the pagan wheel of life. Why is Easter His crucifixion after the full moon of the spring equinox? Bro, we could get into this. I started to see this shit as I'm doing my own pagan rituals and ceremonies and following my own pagan calendar. I'm living in Hugo, Oklahoma, and I'm noticing that this whole fucking town is following this calendar too. They took a whole fucking week off for the fucking solar fucking eclipse. They followed that calendar, bro. I couldn't prove it, but I was watching it, bro. Like, why is there no school today? Why is the banks closed? Why is that, you know what I mean? Why is this happening? I'm telling you. And then what I saw in the nighttime was creepy as fuck. What did you see? I could tell you, but you wouldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. But Mr. Plum and that whole town told me about it. I didn't see it, bro. I stayed at Mr. Plum's and tried to hide from the whole fucking town. But he has a nice little fucking house right in the middle of town, dude. Behind some churches and all kinds of shit. You know? So I just tried to hide. I don't want nobody to get me. What am I really hiding from? My ex-husband and the shame of that. Because it's his family and his town. And God knows, you know what I mean, what He said about me and my children. And I'm just trying to hide us from humiliation. Right? Anyways, so I get a job at Walmart and I'm working overnight. So I'm still not part of the town. The kids are going out and they like the town. They like the food. They like the kids. Cool. Whatever. I'm not moving around that bitch. And then God takes my car, so then I have to walk around that bitch. It's weird as fuck. Anyways, He gives it back, all of that. But as I'm working there, they tell me, wait until summertime when the night people come out. What the fuck is that? I saw the first one as the heat heated up. This weird person came in front of Walmart and just laid their spirit right there at the door and never moved for 3 days. They weren't asking, and I say they, it was a woman's body. They weren't asking. They weren't begging. Nobody talked to them. They didn't look sad. They didn't move, bro. It's just like a body just, you know, like fell out right there. It was the weirdest zombie shit I ever saw, bro. And then they just disappeared. One night, I was coming through town, and it was sunset. And I was driving through their little downtown, and I was at a light. And as I'm at a light, dude, and it's sunset, all these what appears to be homeless people that you'll never see through this whole town start coming out of the literal bushes, bro. And they start gathering, and they're like, it's the weirdest, creepiest thing. I'm the only car out there. And there's all these weird people coming down these streets, and they're kind of like gathering. And I'm freaked out. And I get back to Mr. Plum, and he said, yeah, that's why we don't go out at night. I was like, what the fuck is that? They all know it's something weird there. Then you put Scary Larry, and he's been, you know, abducting people in the name of Christ, and I don't know what he's doing with them, and I think he's got this weird cult in the fucking bushes, because it was right there where he stands with that sign that I started seeing them come out of the bushes, bro. Literally out of the bushes, bro. They have to have a homeless population, yes? Probably. Where would they hide it? In the trees. Right. When would they come out? Once the sun goes down. Fine. But why are they weird? I'm talking weird, bro. Zombie weird. You can put money on it, and if you want to see the scariest shit you ever seen, you take my word for it and drive down to Hugo, Oklahoma. And you drive down there downtown right at sunset. At sunset, bro, and watch these, what appears to be homeless people come out. I wouldn't follow them. And that's what I got too, is like, I don't know what they're doing out there. I didn't feel safe in my own spirit to go back out there and see what they were doing and where they came from. Talking about, we want to go to haunted places, go there and see what the fuck that is. There's something there. Something creepy as fuck. God always takes me to these creepy places. Same thing with Bay City, Wisconsin. He put me in a neighborhood that was built around a cemetery. They told us all these crazy stories about the kids and how they bring crystals and they're all weird and all this weird shit, and they grow up in the cemetery. And all this weird shit's happening there, dude. Oh man, there's weirdo places all over. God takes me to them. And again, I started in Manitou Springs, the home of weirdos and creepos. We're not talking homeless people, guys. We're talking deep, dark people that you get a very scary, eerie feel off of them. And they just smile at you and wave. Like a scary fucking movie, bro. Like your neighbor, you know what I mean? All those scary movies that you guys create in your head, like they look like normal people, bro. They're not normal people, bro. These are fucking some awkward-ass spirits that are being stuck in bodies to live out time here. And they're not too, you gotta watch yourself around their fucking spirits. There's some weird-ass fucking spirits out here, bro. It's like, we can't go out just eliminating, uncleanly spirits. But as far as a sinner, what you guys deem as a sinner, and then an actual dark entity and a spirit, these are, you know what I mean? A sinner is what? Someone that gives into their fucking desires. Oh my God, you're going to go to hell because you want to blow out. Alright, depending on how far, this is what makes your sin unforgivable usually, is how far you'll go to hide it. You know what I mean? Jeffrey Dahmer, he wasn't a monster for being gay. What made him a monster is the ways he tried to hide it. Gacy? Damn, that's scary as fuck. Like he was a whole ass monster. Nah, bro. If you, and that's what I do, is I work through the intricacies of the mind and how it comes up with these calculated ideas of how to protect itself and how to go forward and shit like that. I don't have the mind of a serial killer, but all minds, the neurons connect more or less. They try to say that you have, when you have mental disorders, they try to say that you have a, some kind of, what do they call it? Something deficiency. They're trying to say it's something, whatever. Anyways, but mostly that's what they are, and that's why these serial killers are always very fucking smart and very this and that. Yeah, they're fucking geniuses. They put that genius mind into hiding a desire that you told them they couldn't have. Everybody desires something. During that time, whether you want to know it or whether you want to face it or not, that was when God awoke in homosexuality. It's not that it was new. It's that it was awoken. You know what I mean? From the 60s to the 70s, it awoken. It awoken, and they tried to silence it. And this of Pride Month, let me point that out. They very much tried to. A really good example is Ellen DeGeneres, bro. She was like a really good actress, and then she had to come out. And it ruined her life. But in time, she was able to be her and be loved for her and accepted for her and, stood as a monument for that. But this is a woman, a person that fought to love in that body. You know what I mean? She's like one of the founding mothers of this shit. You know what I mean? That kind of love always existed. You know what I mean? Same-sex love always existed because you could always find a companion in someone like you. And if there was nobody like you, then you fell in love with the people that were like you. As a demisexual, that's somebody that I don't even find you sexy until I have a emotional connection with you, which is absolutely deadly. When I connect with you on a hurt place, I find you sexy. I become attracted to you, even more attracted. I'm attracted to your hurt and your suffering because it mirrors mine, and I feel safe in my hurt and suffering with you. That's that very deadly attraction between Marshall and I. He is I, and I am him, and in our suffering, we are one, and we feel safe. But that's also the home of toxic relationships, because if you stay suffering, and that's where I force him to elevate out of this. We're suffering from this. And that's what, where a relationship is supposed to push each other to overcome, instead of just hold each other down in the bullshit. So, going back to the workings of the mind, it's like these guys had, they deem you a sinner for giving into your desires. They tell you what you can like and not like. And that's what's wrong with the Catholic Church. These men have desires. They've fallen in love with the only thing that they can love. They're limited to how they can show their love and get away with it. The sin is how they've hid it. The sin is telling them that they cannot have women in their lives and be a good, faithful servant of God. That is the ultimate sin upon itself. Because as he sits here and he forces me as the priestess to have a mate, the fuck you think he wants for you too, dickheads? Behind every great man is a great woman to love him while he does great works, to be there and hold him when, to be a place where he can let down his fucking armor and not look weak, but be strong to her, naked before the stars. And that's me. It's like, I want to see how you feel. I want to see you cry. I want to see what you are when you're not trying to be this for the world, when you're not trying to be strong. That weak side is what I believe is the strongest, because that's the side you deny. These men have served God since they were teenagers, bro. And even before that, did they have the calling, or someone put that shit on them? Or they put their mind to it and they couldn't back out of it? And if they did, why did they? Because of love? Because they didn't agree with the teachings? They didn't agree with the you know what I mean? The isolation of, tradition? Probably. It's the only reason we all leave the church. I don't agree with this. You guys are hypocrites. Jesus isn't. He came for you and told you that you were fine. That God loved you just the way you were, all sinful. He said you could be washed of that sin, forgiven. You can walk free. Beautiful things, right? Alright, we're going through a lot of shit. So, what are we talking about? Where's funny? Oh, it all started with the frequency of 9. Christ. And the mind, and where it goes, and how it tries to hide what you are. God loves you. He made you this way. The perfect amount of chaos and love. You just got to balance it. And that's what I show you. Life is chaos. God made chaos. He made temptation. He made all of this. But he made you too, and he made you a warrior that you can get through it. Yeah, granted, he's an asshole. He fucking blindfolded us, tied our hands behind our back, put a fucking gag in our mouth and said, go have a great life. In the sense of we can't see where we're going. We're not allowed to speak about anything we see. And our hands are tied behind our back like we can't do shit about it. He wants us to break those chains. He wants us to fucking see. He wants us to fucking speak. He wants us to get our hands dirty. We are him. Nobody's coming to save us and save our children and save Israelis and save the fucking, save all these countries and save our future. Jesus is coming to judge what we do at this time, but we are, the ancestors that build the foundation for, our children. If not, they're going to have to do all the legwork. They're going to carry the sins of us, bro. Our lazy sins that we didn't fucking make better choices in our lives. that we carry from our parents and their parents and their parents. And oh my God, Becky, it all starts with the way of thinking, bro. Start working through your thoughts and your feelings. They're ever important, but you need to go to where they start from. Where did this thought come from? Follow it, dude, to the core of it, and rip that fucking thing up into pieces, and tell yourself a new thought, a new narrative, and then you don't got to think like that no more. That's one less stupid thought to pop in your head. Now think about how many thoughts you have in a day. You got a lot of work to do, bro. And you're like, how am I going to do this? God says, focus on the inside and he'll take care of your outside. And that's where his miracles come in. Because that's his promise. He will provide for you. He will protect you. He will guide you. He will love you. Because this is his purpose on your life. You lean on him to his promises. All right, God, you're telling me to do this work inside. You better take care of my outside. Yeah, but get ready. Because he's not there to build you up. He's there to break this all down. And then he will rebuild your life. But this is what it is. It's a reconstruction of you. You're going to tear down this life, bro. One hard decision after another. If you ever want to spiritually ascend, you're going to have to let go of old ways of yourself. You are not fucking 20 years old. You are not 10 years old. You are not fucking 13. Fucking Kanye West, you better quit acting like a 4-year-old out here. Those old parts of you are stunted in growth. We need to go back and repair that and reseed you so you can be reborn again without that, stepping like your daddy type shit out here. Drake. Oh God, how long have we been singing about fucking Tucci? Let's be honest, bro. You guys know he probably hit a tower, right? We've been singing his songs. He dropped an album. It probably blew up in his face. He's having a midlife crisis. And he's part of this since the beginning. Can somebody go call that little guy and bring him in before the world around him crushes and he doesn't know why? Welcome him to the dark night of the soul. I'll make sure to send the invite. Oh God. That's what I am. I'm here to teach you how to walk through this transitional phase in your life. It's definitely a death of you. And it's going to kill you. It's going to break your fucking ego down, bro. You were so confident about the life you made. Only to realize that it doesn't mean too much. It means that you're not going to be happy. Russ, my love, did that $250,000 listening party that you had yesterday based on my teachings bring you any joy? Was it worth it? Did it make headlines like you wanted it? Did it do everything you hoped it would be? The way you saw it playing out in your head. Yeah, if I do this, then this will happen. And if I do this is what that'll look like. And this is what will happen. Did it work out, Russ? Was your mind right over your heart? Which would have said, don't spend the money. Happiness doesn't cost, Russ. Love doesn't cost, Russ. To be famous, it doesn't cost anything. To be fortunate and abundant, it doesn't cost anything. Here comes that little mermaid. Just your voice. The words that are coming out of your mouth aren't selling. And that's what you're about to face too. In a week's time, when you drop that album, bro, it's done. You spent all this time to blow it all up, and it's going to blow up in your fucking face, bro. You're not going to get that award, bro. You did all this for what? To prove to yourself what? To prove to who? What was the point of doing all this? Why couldn't you just comply and do what other rappers do to release an album? Why all the gimmicks and all the extras and the shows and the this and the that? The wine and dine and, oh, we're looking so fine. I don't know. I hate y'all. I just want to say, in my Hecate stage, there's no man walking with me. So let's just move on. Have you ever wondered why all bad things happen to you? This is that Fortuna stage. Like, just fuck it, bro. Just let the shit just lay there. Just lay still and just know that it's all falling apart. I haven't paid my bills. They're gonna fucking lock up my shit. Just fuck it, dude. Just forget it. Don't even go home. Just start thinking about the future, bro. Stop thinking about what you're about to lose. Accept that you've lost it and start thinking about where you're gonna go to here. Accept the failure before it comes and it consumes you. Don't be dumb. Being lame is being blinded to the truth in front of you, bro. Trying to paint it as, paint the narrative that it's something it's not. You spent $250,000 on fucking people, 100 people, to come listen to your album. Why? Just to say I could. You could do something so much more impactful with $250,000 fucking dollars, bro. I'm not going to tell you. Everybody wants to tell you how to spend your money. But I hope that you could be more creative about your spending habits next time, bro. That's wasteful. Wasteful. It's a look at me. It's an expensive price for people that, a look at me attitude. It's very wasteful. I'm such a better energy than this morning. I hate him. I can't stand him. Christ. Anyways, and you're always to seem to be the victim of most circumstances because you don't learn your lesson. Although your sad stories fuel the attention you wish to receive, they're going to deny you your sales too. I saw that. They're not going to let you play that gimmick, dude. They're not going to let you play that gimmick of how you sold it multiple times. And the Holy Spirit showed me that you're keeping people's fucking purchase information and data logs, which most fucking companies do. What do I mean? The 100 people that he took are 100 people that he know are his biggest purchasers. Meaning he knew they'd have a car and money and be able to show up to this event because they always show up to his events. He only brought his best fans. They weren't picked at random. He used a generated fucking purchase information to invite. The question is, why is he keeping all that information? What a douchebag, right? Fucking douchebag. He thinks he's such a big brain. Alright, Pinky in the brain. Although your sad stories fuel the attention you wish to receive, you are in fact denying yourself a happy and fulfilling life. Persephone acknowledges that, this made me ill. That's all of you. You act like you can't do nothing. What am I supposed to do? Quit my job? Yeah? I can't do that. Why? That's me as a kid. Why? No, you don't understand. I do, but you're afraid. You're gonna have to face some shit. Face some shit, bitch. Quit your job. I did that. Dude, God had me in tears doing it, and I didn't even have no attachment to that motherfucker. Stupid ass. You want me to just quit my relationship? Yeah, you're obviously showing me you don't like it. Fine, then go back to it and be unliking in it. That's how I felt about Bobby, bro. When it really went down, I'm like, when I really realized it, dude, it's like you are so unhappy and so terrified to get out. But then you get out and you're so terrified to stay out that you just go running back. It's a whole fucking terrible thing. He'll live unhappy there, always fucking wanting to get out. And if it's true that I was the only one he wanted to get out with, that's even worse for him. That's just worse for him. And that's all of them. It's like, fucking, you just don't want to get out. You're denying yourself a happy and fulfilling life. Persephone acknowledges that you're stuck in a rather difficult rut and offers you to help yourself out of this self-initiated purgatory. That would be the 8 of Swords we pulled the other day. As naturally a helpful person, you have always willingly offered your help. Sadly, through your exploits of others, your kind compliance has reversed, and now you've become a victim of your own acquiescence. Having suffered emotional upheaval and inner trauma has led to self-pity, which Persephone understands completely, even if others don't. However, She warns you that the sob stories are not only inviting negativity, they can also be a bore to endure. That sounds great. They serve to reaffirm all of the distress you wish to dissolve, thus creating more of the same. Time to change the story. It's a new life. It's a new cycle. Are you about to repeat the same cycle? I didn't. I almost did, and that's why I said I learned, dude. I am breaking cycles. Granted, I keep facing the same cycles, and it takes me quite a while to break them, but I'm breaking curses, bro. Karma, patterns, low vibrational things that are keeping me back from fulfillment. It's hard. I realize I'm about to pattern. I'm about to do what I always do. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Just stay still. I don't know what to do. Just don't do that. Alright, I'm not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do. What am I supposed to do? I don't know. That's what you just... If you don't know what to do, just don't do what you think you should do. Why? Because that type of way of thinking got you here. You don't know best. If you knew how to get out, you would have got out. You're not supposed to go out. You're supposed to get in. Dark Goddess. Time to change the woe is me attitude. You are a victim of any given situation. Be positive and look for the best in everything. Your attachment to the past is ruling you emotionally. Join or attend a victim support group. Someone close to you needs your help. Complying with rules is key. I mean, that's what it is. You make your own rules, and by that you follow the rules. I mean, I'm a law-abiding citizen for the most part. I don't like break the rules, and that's what it is. Is like I know which ones, you know what I mean, and that's us and our sense of judgment. Going back to I asked what happened with the dog and the kid yesterday. The dog is on quarantine, which means that it has very limited, access, and it's kind of, it's on a timeout, it's on probation, it's on house arrest, which makes sense. What happens to a dog when it acts up like that? Well, we're going to put it on house arrest. That makes sense. You don't want to take it away. It's like, it's like CPS coming and take your dog away right away. It's like every time your kid acts up, they're going to take your kid away. So that made sense. And in the sense of, in the game of justice yesterday, and I'm seeing all this blood on the ground, I'm like, take the dog! Take the dog! It's going to eat us! What was projecting there? Fears that it would do it again. There was a lot of factors that led to this perfect storm, and that, who was the victim of the circumstance? It was God. God did all this. He made this perfect storm to teach us a lesson. Or, I don't know if they learned the lesson. I did, just watching. Alright, let's go on to our Hecate, and we're going to close this up, and then later I'm going to do finish up the tarot teaching. I just realized I'm sitting here with no shirt on, and you're right behind me. Awkward. I got hot. I sat back and I'm like looking at my bra. I'm like, you're just sitting here without a shirt on. My son's in the back room. It's not weird, dude. I don't walk around in a bra in front of my kid. That would be way weird. Speaking of which, let me put my shirt back on. Alright, give me a second. I didn't realize it. I was on myself. I was exploding with fucking love and light and shit. You could say darkness, but I don't see darkness. Alright, and that's what it is. It's like once you make a hard decision this week, you're going to be more empowered to be, stronger to make hard decisions next week. And that starts this evolution of yourself, of facing hard conversations, making hard decisions, thinking differently, all of this, rebooting your system, the reprogramming of your dolphin patterned mind. Alright, Hecate. Most of the time you rejoice in people coming to you for help, advice, or just a shoulder to cry on. But when push comes to shove, who can you turn to? You can't protect all the world, nor can you decide the fate of others for long. It will push you to the breaking point. You have reached an important crossroad where you are taking on the ills of others, and responsibility for their action is grinding you down. You saw that too in my videos. I'm always like, get off me. It's all you guys and your problems and your issues and your lives, and grab me a tissue. My life isn't complicated, bro. All I gotta do is apply myself thoroughly for a few hours a day to getting a job. That's all that's asked of me, bro. Which in essence is go out and put your application, do a couple applications, put out a couple resumes. That's all that I gotta do in a day. All this is God's work, bro. My real life, no. Again, God made sure I went out and got me a paycheck so I can pay my bills, like simple shit like cigarettes, phone bill, fucking the occasional fucking McDonald's run and shit like that. My life isn't hard. You guys pushing this, units, whatever, and myself on a Monday, pushing myself. It's like, it's not hard. Nothing's going on in my life. As I say all the time, I'm an ain't shit doing bitch. God's got me to work all the time, taking these little experiences and joyrides to come back and tell you all about the universe. And I'm over here trying to figure out how the fuck this world works. Nobody want to tell me how the fucking shit's going down. But in the essence, I get tired of dealing with y'all. I said that yesterday. I just want a day off. Just leave me alone. Just teach them by themselves. Isn't there somebody else that can teach them? Somebody else to guide them? And it's not just referring to my 420-something people. Y'all watch from Google. On fucking, you know what I mean? That way that it's not, they're creepers. And they watch on their fucking computers and shit and all this weird shit. And it's fine, whatever. Everybody's watching and stuff. And it's like, God makes it, it's like, I have to guide you through whatever stages in your life you're going through. I blow through this stage and I just want to chill in the next episode. They're like, no, you have to break down every stage for them and all the different levels of the stage. And with all due respect, bro, it's the same shit I teach every week. We're just going through different challenges. It's the same process. Different guides, different ways of thinking. It's the same process, and that's where the marathon continues. Understand the process, how we flow through this on a weekly basis, that this is a weekly working thing, a weekly working process, how it affects you, and see if you could try to fit in a fucking regular 9 to 5 around that process. Keep processing that thought, and let me know how that one works out. And that's where it is you give your life to God, and you let God take care of your life, or you're taking care of the internal work that makes that you can be a better person for God, and ultimately for yourself. Going back to the twin flame over there, I was like, you and your drinking problem. Oh shit. I didn't realize she's going to be in my face about my drinking. I mean, I'm not going to be all in your face, but ultimately, I'm asking you to give up something that's no longer good for you. Am I going to rip it out of your hand? Am I going to have you hiding in the car, drinking, going to bars before you come home? No, you'll have a safe place to enjoy your desires. But I'd like to redirect your desire, because I don't think you really desire to get drunk. I think you're just wasting time doing it, putting yourself to sleep or into a place of, something, a different state of mind. I think you could, stay in the here and now and not have a drink. I think it's just breaking a bad pattern. And that's it. Anything I ask of you is for the better of you, not just for me, but for you. I'm never going to ask you to be less. I'm going to ask you to be more all the time. And I expect the same too, as, to push. Being Persephone over there and it was just a subconscious. There was nothing about him that's like, oh, I'm going to do what you say. No, in the middle of me doing patterns where I was treating him like Russ, I would catch that. And that goes back to this twin flame. He's like, don't call me bro. I call everybody bro. Are you serious, bro? Yeah, don't call me bro. Well, if I'm telling you not to call me Lisa, I guess we got to work on this. What am I going to call you? I don't care what you call me, just don't call me that. And that's where it is. It's like, I don't care what you do, just don't do what you've been doing. Okay. All right, bro. Oh, sorry. Damn it, bro. And how long is this going to take? I don't know, until one day I don't say bro. Probably never. My mom I used to say yo all the time. She's like, I'm not your fucking yo. I'm like, hey, yo. I called everyone yo. Everyone was a yo. Now it's like, bro, it's like I haven't really evolved too far, obviously. My mom didn't like this either. I need to fix some things in my life. You're just calling me out on something that probably bothers other people and I could work on. I ain't mad. I ain't mad at you. I'm mad at myself because I don't know how hard this is going to be to break this stupid-ass pattern. How come I always say that all the time? I say it all the time. Why can't I stop saying this? That's like telling me to stop saying, oh my God, Becky. I don't know what else I'm going to say if I don't say that. Oh my God, Jesus. I guess I could replace the words with something, but you're asking to get rid of a very deep, wounded pattern. Everybody's been my bro. Yo. In the essence, I'm like, don't ask me to be less. Ask me to be better, but don't ask me to be less. And that's it too. This shirt it's the shirt, bro. The shirt's too tight. I don't like it. It's the shirt. It was always the shirt. It's not me, it's the shirt. As soon as I put it on, I was like, oh God, get it off me. I don't know. I was wearing it all day. I didn't feel that way. Anyways, let's move on. You've reached an important crossroad. Yeah, Hecate holds the keys to your future, obviously. Together you stand before the gates of the great decision. It's time to lay down the woes of the world and the burdens of others and step forward alone. Here I am, always doing that. And just like Hecate, you will learn and accept that you can still help from a distance, if you so choose. Those who have relied on you so much before will need to live their own lives and take responsibility for their own choices. Hey, I hit Russ in his guts with that. It's like, how dare you do this? Everybody saw you do this. How dare you do this? You have to take responsibility for your own choices and live your own life, bro. Quit writing songs about my life and take the fucking journey. All of you need to do this, bro. It's for you. You're being asked to leave things that are no longer serving you so that you can have better things in your life. It's going to take a long time. Why? Because even if you clean out one part of your garage, the rest of that shit is nasty and messy, and you're not going to put in a brand new fucking flower in the garage with the rest of the mess. Who wants a brand new toolbox and all that fucking dirt and mess? You've got to go clean out the whole garage before you start putting brand new things into the garage. And that's cleaning your chakras every day, bro. Every day you got to clean out your thoughts and your negative feelings from yesterday or whenever they're coming up, the future thoughts, whatever they are, so that the good shit can come in. After you're cleared out, you know what I mean, spiritually cleared out in a day, then you can sit like me and you can get those cool downloads and you can get all that joy and nirvana and these aha moments, creative moments, and, you know, all this great shit. But you got to clear that shit out every day. Every day it collects more dust, bro. You know what dust is? It's like mostly skin particles, which is really creepy if you think about it. There's a bunch of skin. You're shedding your skin, and it's getting all over the place. Every day you're shedding your skin. True story. Go read it. Go read it up. Anyways, so with that being said, is, you know, take the fucking journey. And the journey is not going to happen overnight, bro. It's going to take you a long time. And I'm telling you, it's going to be okay. I'm there to guide you. Your spirit guides. The whole damn universe is waiting for you to make this plunge into the unknown. It's unknown to you. Many of us from the ancient times have taken this path. And there's many of us that are taking it now. You know, I have books about, you know, the Melchizedek. I love that story, dude. Just woke his ass up and sent him on an adventure. I mean, he didn't lose his job in life. He didn't really have one to begin with. But in essence, it's like, dude, it's one hell of an adventure. You don't know. That's why it's called the unknown. You jump into the unknown. You lose your job. You lose your fucking girlfriend. You lose your house. Or you just walk away from it. And it's still there when you come back, and you'll have to deal with it when you come back. I'm not going to give up the house just yet. We'll hold on to the house and pay the bills, and I'm going to just go out into the unknown and see if I need to run back home. And then if you never want to go back home, then you'll still go back home to close that away, you know, to say goodbye and have that healing experience upon itself. Otherwise, you'll have to heal this runaway experience that you did. And that's me. I still haven't gone back to my old home to sit there and just cry. That's all it takes. Just go back to where it hurt and feel that hurt one more time. I'm scared, God. I don't want to look at the life I left. Oh, man. Look at how far I've come, though. If I wouldn't have just let that thing go. I mean, by that time I had lost my music, all my friends, my first twin flame, pretty much everything. My second car. I lost a lot by then. But I was only going to let go of more. And by letting go of these things, these emotional attachments, you let your emotions free too. What attached them. You know, going back to my mom's suitcase. I was always carrying something just to carry her, not knowing that it was just baggage, literal baggage, bro. She didn't live in that fucking suitcase. She lived in my heart, and I was just carrying this suitcase like if I got rid of it, I got rid of her. Attaching her to a piece of something. She's not that something. She's not with me if I get rid of all the things that I had of her. And that's what it is Poc's long gone, but he's not gone at all. None of them. And that's how I can talk to them all again. I'm right there with them. I tell you, I'm in the dark and they just come up. I went past the graveyard today. One of my favorite graveyards is off of, it's an enormous one, off of Wadsworth, where, like, 26th is an enormous graveyard over there. I love it. When I would drive to work, I would drive down 26th and go right past it in the middle of the nights before I was going into those night shifts. I'd always drive past that graveyard before I'd go to the federal centers to shovel snow. Here's a crazy job. Bob the Builder bitch. Hey, remember when they told me I was going to do a demolition job? I was so excited, and I got there and they gave me a fucking... I mean, I never did that before either. I thought they were going to have me break some shit and shit. I was like, yeah, this is going to be cool. Like with the sledgehammer, you know, something you saw on TV. That's not how it worked out. It wasn't what I saw on TV. They gave me a power tool and told me to take screws apart to, you know, take off doors and hinges and shit. Take apart fucking, I don't know, all kinds of shit. It was weird. It's part of the demolition job. It's not the best part. You don't get to come in with the bulldozer, but you're needed too. They can't bulldoze until you take the doors off and all of these little fucking, all these cabinets, and they break it down. And after you take off all of those, the cabinets just fall apart. I just want to point that out. They're all put together with a billion little screws. Did you know that? All those bookcases next to your fireplaces and stuff, it's just a bunch of little screws. That's what they had me doing. I was screwed. just telling you, I've always been part of the demolition team. Shoveling up your shit. Alright, shielding someone from the truth is not helping them right now. I know. Stop trying to protect me from whatever the fuck you think. You're protecting yourself from the truth. Focus on your own ability to listen rather than your need to lecture. I'm trying to get someone to talk other than me lecturing all the time. I'm an attentive listener. I actually hear too much, and that's what freaks everyone out. I hear everything you're saying, even when you're not speaking. Anyways, an old flame is circling. Oh, man. I mean, I got lots of twin flames, and that's what those videos say. You're calling them in. That's the Empress. I'm not doing it, bro. It's my heart. I mean... I had to look back at my daughter back there. I was like, it could be coming from down there, too. I mean, I'm really calling in a man in all kinds of ways. I feel this. And that's that bridge. That's that maiden. Oh, no. I'm going to be a mother in no time. Don't forget I'm a crone. Oh, shit. That's funny. Anyways, ensure your insurance policies are valid and up to date. Make the repairs to your home that you have long been neglecting. Clean out your closet. That's what I heard. Clean out your garage. He's got a big car he's trying to park in there. Oh, God. I'm going to fall over and die. Did you get that one? That was a good one. Alright, so anyways, that's me, and I'm going to be this type of dark goddess for a little while. And all the rest of me that you still have to deal with, now you have more of me to deal with. What is this? Just more of me. You already been dealing with me. I'm just the, the guide through Necromancy. Hey, you hear the rhyming? I'm always rhyming. Alright, so, let's see. I never read about this author. Also known as the Highland Seer, is considered the UK's best-loved wise woman. Really? And revered elder of the old ways. A successful author, workshop leader, performer, she has traveled extensively across the globe, performing rites and rituals by connecting with the goddess energy and the high priestess of Isis. Flavia Kate Peters is a natural witch, fairy seer, and best-selling author as the high priestess of the Morgan. Why did I never read this? She initiates others through the dark goddess and the shadow side rituals, recognized as UK's leading elemental ancient magic expert. She's a popular workshop presenter, working medium, and regular graces of the page of Witchcraft and Wiccan magazine. You have a magazine? I should subscribe to that shit. amongst others. She performs with Barbara and, yeah, she says something about a Barbara, in their goddess band, Daughters of Gaia. Wow. I never read nothing about you, Kate. Well, that makes sense why her whole fucking book is a Bible to me, because she studies all of me. There's lots of them. You know what I mean? They studied only aspects of me, but you can't fully understand the Dark Goddess, and she did. She wrote the book, The Dark Goddess, Reclaiming Your Dark Goddess, by Flavia Kate Peters. That's my, that purple book I read to you all the time, the stages where we just went through Sheila Nagig and Sarah Dwayne and Khalik, and that's why we got this great cold weather happening right now. I love you, Khalik. There's always some fucking silver lining to your bullshit. Okay, well, with that being said, I'm going to take I'm going to wait till I go to sleep to do that, to be honest. Because what happens if I wake up a whole weirdo in the middle of the night? We better wait till, God who gives me strength on a Tuesday to be a new person. And that's what I said, is I can't make an altar big enough for God and all his reflections. And I can't make an altar big enough to show me. Because that's all it is me. And then, the lighter versions, which would be Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, the mothers and shit. They accepted their roles, I just didn't. I mean, the Dark Goddess, that's what it is. It's like, oh, you're not gonna like this. The Dark Goddess was always there for the fallen, as Jesus. And Jesus' teachings, and I'm being reminded of this, is where we go next with this, is we're passed on to Mary Magdalene. And I just got a new book about her teachings. We're entering all kinds of it, right? I don't just toy around. We're entering, and that's where it is like, how many open gateways do we have to realities? I can't force myself into any of them where I just pick up a book and I know where we are in time. It's like, no, we're currently in this time, and the book is telling us. It was a book written in time already about the reality we're living in. But I want you to be aware of how many open realities do we have. We're about to close the tarot. In essence, we just closed the Dark Night of the Soul, and that's the same with the tarot. We keep pulling the World card, or in mine, it's the Universe, right? In my book, we ended with Khalik, and the next one is Artemisia, who guides you out of the Dark Night of the Soul. Now, as this all works, even as the Melchizedek, as soon as you get out, you can't wait to get back in and help your fellow comrades. That's that Lieutenant Dan. I'm supposed to die in those fields. Those are my soldiers. No soldier left behind. That's me. Upon the gates of heaven, full ascension, in the light, I looked back and made a promise that I would not go in without everyone. But it wasn't the people of the light I came to get. It was the same dirty scoundrels that Jesus came for. Just another fucking generation, a little bit darker than the last. It's alright. He loves you. Recover you. I'm not coming for religious people. They've had Jesus their whole time. They've had Jesus their whole time, and this is what they've done with his word and his teaching. That's who he's coming to judge. I'm trying Jesus to people that were denied Jesus. And in essence, it's not Jesus, dude, but he's the form of God that we really needed in our lives this whole time. He was our Savior. That's the most kindest form of God. I come from, and that's where all these gateways are, is I come from Old Testament God. And that's what all these old teachings are, is we come from a time before Jesus to remind you of how important it is that you have him. We did not have him as our Savior. We had to save ourselves through this bullshit. And that's what it is now, is you're being called to save yourself in the name of Christ. And that's what I want to show you, is like, we have gateways open to all different teachings, which are timelines. We're walking in all different multi-dimensions of time. We're not studying them. We're moving through them. They're moving through us. If you're starting to pay attention, are you catching it? Now here's where I freak you out the most, and I'm going to leave you alone. I told you, she's triple moon goddess, the definition. This is a whole nother fucking Bible to the moon. People, all the power, they do nothing but practice the moon and work with the moon and all the energy that comes from that moon. We work with all the planets and the universe. They can stick with the moon. But let me tell you this. It's in the very beginning of this. The phases of the moon by common sense. Alright, no. That's not what we're looking for. It is this book, isn't it? They tell you the different moon cycles. Please tell me it's this book. The days of the month. Is it this book? Give me a second. The days of the month are overlooked by the moon goddess, but which aspect? And that's what I was trying to tell you. At the end of the month, what is it? It might not be this book. I have so many books on this shit. Yeah, here it is. All right, listen. From the 1st to the 3rd day of the month, 1 through 3, you're in Persephone and Athena. From 4 to 6, Artemides. From 7 to 9, Cori, or Dysphonia. From 10 to 12, you're in Hera. Hera's not great. That's Fominach, bro. That's jealousy in the fullest. Gaia, 13 to 17. Right? These are the days of the month. From the 13th to the 17th, you're going to be in a Gaia energy, or a Selene. All right? 18 to 20, Demeter. 21 to 22nd, or 21st to the 22nd, Hestia. I'm not pulling out that oil. It don't smell good. From the 23rd to the 25th, Medusa. From the 26th to the 29th, Hecate. Every month. Now we can break it into the days. Okay, so you know you're in, these are your dark goddess feelings you're going to work through in those days. Okay? Now you take the moon cycle of each day, and you also take the day. So, take all of this information with a grain of salt, because you can't put this all up like I can. But today's the 23rd. We're going to be in a Medusa, which is me, the crone goddess, the embodiment of old wounds and fears, which must be released in order for us to move on to the other planes of learning. An archetypical link between earth world of existence and the water world of death. Archetypically linked with the divine and human worlds. And that's where you're at right before you hit the crossroad and you go through it. So we're in that energy. It's on a moon day, so that for the next couple of days, we're going to be dealing with that. But we'll also have, it's exploratory on your moon day, because you're in your mind and your emotions. Your emotions are ruled by the water, same with the fucking mind. All right? So then, well, the mind is your source. So then we'll move out of that finally on the 26th. But in essence, you'll still be in that on a Tuesday where God will give you strength. You'll be in your Mars. You'll be able to take action in this energy, right? And Wednesday, you'll be in your Mercury. You'll be able to communicate about what you've learned. All of this wraps it up so that you can enjoy the fruits of your spirit on a Thursday, a Jupiter day of expansion and love, only to face the problems of your heart on a Friday. And we do this. And we do this, and we do this. So that's just a couple of the patterns of time and space and realities that we move through. And then you got the fucking hours, you got all of that, and what the planets are actually doing up there. Who am I? The all-knowing seer, and I see my way out of this because I'm getting hot now. So as I said, I'm going to boil that water and put it into my bath so that I can go through the waters. Which is what? What did we just say? The emotions. So I can what? Release the pains and the suffering and the wounds from this experience so I can be reborn again. And that's really what it is I had a hard week, bro, and that's why God says to take a Monday off and just sit and think about what you've been through. Not what you could have done better, but how strong you are in it, what you made it through with. And that's where you sit there and you're like, damn, I made it, but like I'm the only one. We live to fight another day. The marathon continues. Magic and all of that, and that comes from Hecate. I've been teaching you. I've just been in my Hecate than my Lilith. Lilith didn't do any of that. Lilith just hates you and fights with God. That's it. Just tries to love man and fights with God. That's all you're pretty much getting out of Lilith, to be honest. It's all the rest of my evolved flavors that are more wise and educated. Lilith didn't know. She just, that's going, when I end this tarot, it's like, she's just a fly by the seat. She's the definition of the fucking Knight of Wands, the fucking Sagittarius. She shoots her arrow, she takes her shot, and she goes with it. Doesn't matter if she wins. She'll go find something else to shoot at. And that's me. Taking shots. Shot, 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 shot. Everybody! Did you just talk about my mother? Yep. Come here, I'm going to talk about your father, too. I mean, again, she's very juvenile, childish, insensitive, you know, a little bit of all of that. And that's okay, because she is me, and I am regrowing myself with my wiser versions of myself while I'm still a total child. And then I got Pac, who's a total child with me. It's just a juvenile spirit that we're juvenile delinquents in the spirit. We really need to evolve past this shit. Kobe looking at us like, you guys are never going to evolve. He knows we will. I've already seen it. It's just funny. He's not, you know, and in essence, fucking Pac, you would have had like 3 lifetimes to do this by yourself. Yeah, and you too. Oh, God. I mean, I got a friend in him. At least he knows where I'm coming from. Oh, and then there's Marshall. They made 3 of us fuckers. Hey, I love you guys. I'll catch you for the final stages of our, you know, journey to enlightenment through the Knight of Wands. No, the Page of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and King of Wands. Whoop, 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 whoop. Talk to you later, haters. Laters.